Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Atlantic City Racecourse here on Wednesday, April 30th, 2014. It's the final day of the 2014 Turf Festival. Going to handicap all the races, 7 races on today's card. So let's get on today's first race. What's a start allowance? First, $20,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. So start claim price $25,000 or loss, which number 1, 2 races. Go 1 mile here. Field of 7 horses go 1 mile. And I'm going to go with the 6 horse Mendola 92 last time out. Did run at Gulfstream Park Mall 16th on March 28th and claim race 30,000. Finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He was a moderate response that day. Jonathan Shepard is the trainer. Jonathan Shepard with Atlantic City Shippers has done good in the past. Is 1-4-1 at this meet already. Done at Fairgrounds Mile 70 off the turf on December 26th. Claim race 25,000. Finished 3rd by 9 lengths that day. He was off the rail at the turn. He was just tired. And then Fairgrounds 1 mile, November 30th, claim race 25,000. Finished 3rd by 3.5 lengths. He bumped after the break and was 3-4 wide. Do you like this one here? Going with this one. On the turf, this horse is 6-0, but has some really good starts over the turf in his career. So recap my bet choice from 1 from Atlantic City. Go with the 6. Let's hit on to race number 2 from Atlantic City, which is starter allowance. Star allowance first $27,000 for fillies, mares, drills, and upwards, which never started. Claim price is $16,000 or less in 2012 to 2014. Going 1 mile on the turf course. Sorry, might be a little loud for people. Common complaint. 1 mile. And I'm going to go with the 2-6 here. Number 2, Aquana, 3-1 Frankie Pennington in the saddle last time out. They're on Atlantic City, 5.5 furlongs on April 26th. That was last week. The last race was 16,000. 1 by 1 1/4 lengths that day was the favorite. He was on the inside, had a strong handling, coming back on Red Saturday, so he's coming back on a few days rest. Can this horse win? I hope so. This horse is 2-for-2 at Atlantic City. Then at Tampa Bay, 5 furlongs, claim race, 25,000 claim price. Came 7 by head that day. He used to ride steady and gained in this. At this route distance, this horse has won a race at Kentucky Downs Mile 70 claim race by 3 3/4 lengths last season. He by 3 wide in the weekend, but did get up to win that day. I think I read actually the wrong line for that horse. That line I just read was from the Meadowlands, but he did at Kentucky Downs. He won by 3 1/4 lengths. He was speared and cleared, however, for that day. So going with this one. Sorry about that. I'm also going to go with the 6 context. This is raw, no editing. 8-1 last Kendrick Haramouche last time after on Tampa Bay Downs Mile 3/8 on April 2nd handicap for 16,000. Won by length that day. He used to ride steady and had a game drive that day. Derek Ryan trains both of these horses I like. Then at Tampa Bay Mile 16th off turf on March 19th, claim race 16,000. Finished 2nd by 1 1/4 lengths that day. He's on the inside of rallied for 2nd that day. And then Tampa 1 mile, claim race 16,000. Finished 3rd by 2.5 lengths. He rallied on the inside that day. At Atlantic City, this horse has never won, but I think this horse can handle the turf course. So I count my bet race number 2 from Atlantic City, going with 2-6. Let's get on to race number 3. Race number 3. What is on start allowance race purse $15,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never started. Claim price $16,000 or less, which never won 2 races. Going 1 mile here. We do have a field of 9 horses going 1 mile. 1 mile. I'm going to go with the 9. Number 9, Heroic Indeed at 6-1 last time out. Did run at Parks Racing 5.5 furlongs on March the 8th in the allowance race for 35,000. Finished 7th that day by 11 lengths. He dueled on the inside. He was just tiring that day. Out of all the races actually on this card, this race is probably the hardest race to handicap. I really found this race really hard to handicap. I found this 9 horse who had some really nice starts on the turf course at Parks. Has run over this turf course. It's come into money both times. Won once and came 2nd once. But a race I want to go back to is 2nd at Parks Racing, September 30th, 7.5 lengths, claim race 16,000. Finished 2nd by neck that day. He redid a bit. It was just a little bit outfinished, but he did do well. And then his final start on the turf last year was October 15th, 7.5 runs on the soft going at Parks. It is raining here on the East Coast at the moment. Not that far from Atlantic City, it's about 2 hours, but still. It is raining, so you could so the turf course might be somewhat wet tomorrow, so it might be yielding soft, maybe even good. Doubt it, but probably softer yielding. Finished 3rd in his final start last year. He's on inside and hung, so he does like a wet turf course, this horse. So yeah, going with this one. So recap my bets, race number 3 from Atlantic City, going to 9. Let's get on to race number 4 from Atlantic City. The fourth race from Atlantic City, what is maiden special weight purse, $27,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds, and upwards, going mile 16 on the turf course. Field of 9 horses. I'm going to go with the 5 horse in Rocky's honor, 10-1 Pablo Fragoso. Last time out, they run on April 6th, Gulfstream Park 1 mile, and the main race, claim race, 25,000. Finished 5th by 5 lengths that he left in late response. And then Saratoga mile 8th, August 23rd, main special weight, 85,000. Finished 8th by 11 and 4 lengths. He was through wide, turns and empty. This horse, these 2 races I want to go back to, both at Baldwin Park main special weights for 75,000 last season, mile quarter races. I do like horses that run a mile quarter race and come back to the mile 16 distance. I just really have good luck with these races. Finished 5th in both of those races. He weakened in one of them and was 3 wide at both turns and had a mile bid. But I think the mile 16 distance is perfect. These horses are not the best horses in the world. I think this horse can handle it. So I kept my best race number 4 from Atlantic City, going to 5. Let's head on to race number 5. 5th race from Atlantic City with Star Lounge for $16,000 start price. First $23,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards from start. Claim price $16,000 or less. 2013 to 2014. 5.5 furlongs. They're covering field of 10. 5.5. And I'm going with the 5 horse Relentless Move at 3-1 Kendrick Caramouche. Last time out, they went on Pimlico 5 runs in Mr. Diz Stakes on April the 5th. Finished 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths that day. He had a failed pace and weekend. Then Gower Park 5.5 on November 13th, claim race 10,000. Finished 7th by 7 lengths. He chased some flatter that day. Then Meadowlands 5 runs on October 12th, claim race. Up by 1 3/4 lengths that day at 7-1. Do it on the outside, I'm driving. I think I actually had this horse in the Meadowlands start last season. That Meadowlands start, I think I actually had him for a win. That's why I picked this horse. That Meadowlands start. We're actually back to the replay night. And this horse had a really, really good move that day. Then a race to go back to is from Pimlico last season, May 18th, Lounge race for 2,000. Won by a neck. I was favored 3 wide both turns and turned for home good. So going with this one, so we count my bets race number 5 from Atlantic City, going with the 5. Let's head on to race number 6, what's the feature race of the day and the feature race of the meet. What is the Tony Gatto Dream Big Stakes, 9th edition of this race, purse $50,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Going 5 furlongs on the turf course. Field of 9 horses, 10 horses including the parliamentary. Going 5 furlongs. And this race is a really nice race, but I'm going to go with the 3 horse here, Great Attack, 5-2. It's my best bet of the day. Kendrick Caramouche, last time out there in Churchill Downs, 5 furlongs, November 20th, an optional claimer. Finished first by half lengths. He was out the rail turn and was in time that day. Then Keelan, 6 furlongs, claimers, 5,000 on October 12th. Finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. He by between just gave in that day. And then Saratoga 5.5 and the Fallen Patriots overnight stakes for 100,000. Finished 7th by 9 3/4 lengths. He bumped at the starting weekend. This horse did run in the Alcoa Sprint over in Maidan in Dubai. Finished 11th and ran the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint back in 2012, but after the Turf Dash at Tampa Bay Downs in 2013, early 2013, just lost it and it got claimed from Wesley Ward over to Hugh McMillan. So I do like this horse here. Won the Turf Sprint at Churchill Downs 2 years ago. Won the Turf Dash twice at Tampa Bay. First star on the Atlantic City Turf Course. This horse should win easily today. So I count my bets race from 6 from Atlantic City, going to 3, which is my best bet. Let's head on to the 7th race, the nightcap here. Final race on the program was a 1 mile maiden special weight purse, $17,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Start claim price $25,000 or less, going 1 mile. Field of 11 horses. 1 mile. And I'm going to go with the 6'10. Number 6, Honey, 3-1. Frankie Pennington, Kelly Green trains last time out. From Gulfstream Park, 1 mile maiden claim race on March 20th. 1 mile on the turf course at Gulfstream. Finished 4th by 5.5 lengths that day. He was 3 wide weekend. Then at Gulfstream Park, mile 16th, maiden special weight for 42,000 on January 12th. Finished 9th by 13 lengths. Failed tremendous that day. The cutting back here to a lesser quality field, well, not so less, but Gulfstream Field starting to work out really good. But coming back here to Lent City, this field looks right for him. Workout Palmetto's 5-furlong workout, 102 flat. That was the second best out of 3 that day. That was on turf course, and then a 3-furlong workout on turf on Palmetto's, 36-3, best workout out of 3 that day. So going with this one, I'm also going with the 10 horse, number 10. How come at 2-1 last time out? Our Pimlico 1 mile on the turf course in the main race, 25,000. Finished second by a length. He was 2-3 wide and rallied that day. The Laurel Mile 16th marched the first main stretch weight 40,000. There's 6 by 41 and a quarter lengths. He was off the rail and flattered well. And then I want to go back to start on October the 9th, mile 70 at Delaware on the turf, main claim race 30,000. Came third by 200 quarter lengths. He was close to gap. Jonathan Shepard trains this one. Jonathan Shepard, as you know, at Atlantic City has a good record. So going with this one. So we can have a bet system 7 Atlantic City. Going to 610. Good luck to all.